Hello everyone, my name is Pritam and welcome to another video of the C programming playlist. And in this video we are going to discuss about functions. Now first of all, I have pointed out some notes. So what is a function, and we are going to discuss about what are the advantages of function, types of function, part of a function, then parameters, what are the parameters we use, how we can call it, many other things are there. A little bit of introduction we are going to give. Okay, so let me open Gemini. We will talk about functions. Okay, so give me a introduction to functions in C. Okay, okay, so here you can see that like in C programming, functions are like self-contained mini programs that perform some specific tasks. So like they help you to organize the code, make it reusable, improve the readability, and like many other things. Okay, so functions are nothing but some block of statements. Okay, like what exactly it is, this is, for example, this is the entire code you have written. Now here what it will have, you will have for example, give me a thing, like for example, what would you write? Hash include stdio dot h, and then in main you are writing, for example, any printf line, anything else. Okay, anything you can write and you can return 0. So the main actually is a function. Okay, and you can see few things here, like a function we can write like this, and after that, this is the return type. Now how it would be? Okay, so it would be like a return type. Okay, return type you will have. Okay, and then you are writing the function name, then parenthesis, and then curly braces you are opening, you are writing some statements, and then you are returning your value, whatever it is. Okay, that's how actually function is. Correct. Now here, like in C programming, like functions are nothing but like some block of statements. Okay, when you call the function, these statements will be executed. Now consider a scenario where what it would be like. Okay, consider a scenario, for example, there is a marriage ceremony at your house. Okay, now obviously in a marriage what will happen, like there will be lot of departments you need to follow, like food is there, marriage ceremony will be there, a lot of things you have to, you have to help the pandit to do all these things. There will be guests, like lot of other activities will be there, right? Like decoration, many other things, jewelry, many other things. Correct. So one person, if one person is going to do all the things, obviously he cannot manage it efficiently. Correct. So what he will do, that he or she will do, like she will create a team. Oh, like wedding planner and all. A wedding planner is doing everything? No, what they are doing, they are having a team. In each team there will be a head of for one team, and that person will handle such things. Okay, another person is here, this person will handle jewelry, this person will handle this thing, this person will handle that thing. If you are from a village, then at a village, what is the marriage ceremony is all about, like families will sitting together, all the like normally men. Okay, it's a patriarchal society in like that, so don't go for the thing. Okay, so few people will be sitting and they will decide, like, okay, I will handle this one, you will handle that one, you will handle this one, that person will handle another thing, such like that, right? Here also in programming, what happens then, whenever you are writing a code, no, like integer main, like this. So obviously if you are going to write the entire code in like this here, okay, if you write the entire code in a single function, then there will be a lot of problems. First problem is like code readability. Readability. Sorry for the spelling mistakes, guys. Okay, if anything happens. Another one is debugging. There will be a lot of issue in the debugging, because one code will have a lot of features. Okay, a lot of things are there, long codes, like thousand lines of codes, obviously will have a lot of features. If you are not using functions, then debugging, for example, one feature is having any problem. Okay, it's not a bug. For example, this is a you want to change something. Okay, in that feature you want to add something, so where you will be changing the code? It is impossible to like understand where in which line we can code. Okay, when we can change. So that kind of thing it is. Now if you create different bodies for each functions, okay, like for example here, like if main function is here for example, and then for example others are like for example here, okay, for example here it would be one function, okay, here it would be another function, okay, like this, and here it would be another function for example, and here it would be another function for example. Okay, a lot of functions you can uh, like imagine that, okay, in this way like functions will be there, okay, like that. So you know, if you give all of them one by one name or anything, then for example from this block, like any feature, for example these blocks are the features, so from this feature we are having a problem, we want to change it, then we will directly go to this code block, we will expand it, and we will do the things again, we will put it in our code, correct? So in such a way we can do it. Now if entire thing has written in one function only, which is integer main, like this here, okay, entire thing, many other lines will be there, then how will you debug it? Only this part, if it would be there. That's why the functions actually are coming into the pictures. Okay, now how functions will get the thing, like for example here what it is saying. So key concepts is like modularity. Functions break down complex problems into smaller manageable chunks, okay, and reusability, like if you write a function you can use it one by one, like for example I will give an example, don't worry. And readability also, like how, what readability is, functions makes your code more cleaner and easy to understand. You do not need to think the higher picture what exactly the code is doing. You can easily check it out, you can find out, okay, these are the functions, these are the features this code is giving, okay, this is the thing, okay, that is done. Yeah, that's the bigger picture you will have, okay. And like try to imagine the thing in such a way that if you have one main function, if you get it all the things done here only, yeah, so it would be easier for you to understand the code process. Okay, for example you joined in a team, one person left and he has written some codes, he had written some codes, you want to understand if he is not maintaining some rules or some functions, for example for here we will say functions, then obviously it will be very tough for you to understand that, okay, how he has, his thought process has worked on to implement these things, how he has implemented the logics. So that's why like using functions are very important. Okay, now what happens here, as it is a return type, function name, then parameters, then key body, and then return value. I'm copying it, okay, and we will discuss here in VS Code. Okay, yeah, so you can understand these things. Okay, these are optional. Yeah, so what is going to happen that yeah, so what is return type here? Integer is a return type int. What is the function name? Here it is main. And as we are writing anything here, no, we are not writing, so we can write void also, but there is no point. Like void, if you want to write, you do not want to write, it's up to you, there is no point. Okay, and what, like after that, what is happening, what is happening, like here printf is a statement, so function body, that is the function body code to be executed, and after that the return type. So why we are returning 0 and all these are the separate part, like I already told you in the beginning of this playlist also why it is return 0. And if you still are not understood, then let me know in the comment section, I will create another like a short for you why it should be 0 and why we are not writing anything. Okay, what exactly 0 means, we can write anything, we can write 10 also here, it will be executed. Okay, you can see it will be executed, the print output is coming. Why normally we write return 0, there is a separate story behind this. Okay, so main is a keyword in C. Yeah, there are the two keywords. Main is a keyword. Main means what? It's a main function. The compiler will start the code from main only. Okay, so like that is how actually C program executes. But now after that what will happen? After that, like if you are creating other functions, okay, then like it should be getting called from main only. Okay, so there are three parts actually which we need to talk about. So in functions what happens, that once function definition, second is function declaration. Actually declaration should be coming as first. Okay, and here it should be 1, it should be 2, and 3 is function call. Okay, now what is declaration, what is definition, and what is function call? Before that, we also need to understand what are the types of function actually are there. Okay, what are the types of function? So there are two types of function. One is inbuilt functions, another one is user defined functions. Okay, now what is inbuilt function and what is user defined function? Let's talk about that first. Okay, so inbuilt functions are something like these are already implemented. Okay, already implemented in C, such as printf. From where it is coming? stdio.h. Let's see, if I press control shift, I think 1 second, yeah, if you see printf.h, like something like that, printf is getting coming up. So it is already defined. Okay, what is defined? It is actually having the character string as an input, and it is actually printing all these things. Okay, so we will talk about it later on. Like here printf.h, it is not like that actually. In Mac it is something else. So it is coming from the stdio.h actually mainly. If you go to the stdio.h, okay, you will see here printf. I think it will be there. 1 second. Okay, in Mac it is something else, sorry for that. Okay, in Windows if you search, like you will get, okay, I don't know how it has been implemented in Mac, so it is like as far as the standard I know. And Windows, if you do it stdio.h, if you go inside the stdio.h, if you search for printf, there will be a lot of printf: C printf, V printf, VF printf, CF printf, normal printf, a lot of printfs are there. Okay, I'm using Mac, the architecture and things that's a little bit different. I'm also not aware about that, frankly. So if you can check, you can check in Windows, I think that you will get it, and also in Linux, both the things it will work, I think. Okay, so printf is a by default. You might have heard about scanf. It is also another, like, to take the input. Okay, scanf, you have to write %d and then comma, then %n, for example, and you have to actually declare it. Okay, like that, and you can take the thing and you can using printf %d\, you can print it out also, correct? So this is the way you can easily give the input, and the input to like that value will be printed out here. So these are the inbuilt functions. You do not need to write them, already they are implemented in C. That's why these are called inbuilt functions. Whereas the user defined functions are something like that. User defined functions, these functions will be defined by the users only, correct? So let's see what is there. Okay, so user defined functions are there. Okay, and here you can see this is an example of a user defined function. See, library function or inbuilt function, user defined functions are there. Okay, which is predefined in the available in C libraries like printf, scanf, sqrt. There are a lot of things. Okay, we will talk about it, don't worry. Now when we will be entering into string also, like strings, there will be a lot of inbuilt string functions are there. Okay, we will check, don't worry. So after that, the user defined functions are there. Okay, so what are user defined functions? User defined functions are that you will have to create for yourself to perform some tasks. Those tasks, what will be those tasks? It will be dependent on the business logic. What kind of logic you want to implement, you have to create the function like that, and you can do it. For example, if you check, take this example. Okay, like what is happening? Okay, see, okay, this is the one, correct? Chalo. Now, if you want to do it, like how these things are happening, and line by line I'm going to explain you how it is happening actually. Okay, so int num1, if you see, okay, so here you can see int num1 equal to 5, num2 equal to 10, that's fine. Result equal to add, this is a function. So as I was saying, what is the function? Declaration. Here they haven't actually declared the function, sorry. Here actually they haven't declared the function. Why they haven't declared? So ethically it should be like this. Here it should come, okay, and here you have to write actually these things like in add in comma in this one, semicolon. Okay, and this is called the function declaration. Here actually it is the function definition, and here as we are calling it, so it will be function call. There are two types of function call, by the way. One is call by value, one is call by reference. Here it is call by value. As of now, as we are not covered with the pointers, so we will be talking about function call by value by default. Okay, as of now. We'll talk about call by reference in a separate video after pointer, when we will be learning pointer, what exactly pointers are. So after that we are going to talk about the function call by reference. Okay, so here what is happening, that like function declaration means what? It is telling the compiler that okay, I have a function, it has two parameters. One first one is the type of integer, another one is also type of the integer. As C is a statically typing programming language, okay, you have to define all these things. Okay, it's not Python, it's not JavaScript. So as it is in a thing, you have to define it. Okay, and like here what we are doing, then after this is the declaration done, we are writing the function. So what we are doing, we are adding something. Okay, adding two numbers, that's the main motto of this function, correct? So to add something, we have to give some values, right? Otherwise, like you have to give some input, no, that okay, you have to do this with that, you have to take these things and you have to do some task, correct? That is called a parameter actually, and these parameters are called actually, which are called actual parameters. Okay, parameter, I don't know, like it might be the same. Okay, just check it out. Okay, forever the spelling mistakes. So actual parameter, actually these are the num1 and num2, but whereas here a and b are actually formal parameters. They are called as a formal parameters. In interviews, interviewer might be asking you what these parameters are called. These are called formal parameters. Why? For formality purpose we are doing it actually to get the work done. These are not the actual variable which I am using in the main function, correct? That's why these are called formal parameters. So what we are doing here, add this one, the cursor will come to here, you can see. So after that this sum a comma b will be happening, and then return sum. That sum is getting returned, because here also we have written the return type is integer, because this result, this add will return an integer, correct? That's why this integer value we have to return. So we can return integer, and that integer is getting stored inside this result variable, and then this result variable is getting printed out. That's how the thing is. Now if you talk me how the call by value actually call by value actually is occurring, let me talk about that as well. Okay, so here I'm going to explain the call by value. Okay, now for example, let's take this is the function, and okay, and let's take another function here. Okay, yeah, so this is the one, correct? Now if I talk about things, okay, so in main what we are having integer a, we are having integer b. Okay, another one is we are having as, let's not talk about this first. And here what we are having integer, for example something num1 num2, and here we are having a and b. Okay, correct? So it is having, like for example 10, and it is having the value 20. Okay, it is num1, and here it is num2. Okay, okay, and here it is a, for example here it is b. Okay, so when you are doing it, let me track these things here. When we are calling it, okay, when we are calling it, okay, result equal to this. Okay, so add, what is happening actually here, this num1 and num2, actually this will be compared with this two. Okay, so the num1 value, what will happen actually, the num1 value will be copied from here to here, num2 value will also be copied from here to here. Okay, and that's how the things are. This 10, okay, this 10 and 20 will be copied here, this 10 and 20. That's why call by value, the values are getting copied from here to here. This is the main function, and this is the add function, correct? So that's how the thing is, that's why it is call by value. And then we are doing what we are doing, we are adding all these things here, and then we are returning the sum. Okay, so what is going to happen, that here another sum variable will be happening where a plus b will be getting stored, which is equal to 30, and then that sum, okay, that sum will get a return to the main function, and here actually the result variable actually has been stored. Okay, and this result will store that value actually 30, and that result will getting printed out here. If we are setting it as a void, okay, call by value without return, okay, if we are setting it as a void call by value without return, then we are not actually returning anything. You can see here the actually error is getting error is coming that a value is void cannot be used to initialize the entity of type int. That means like we cannot, like nothing is coming out here, right? So we cannot use this part actually. Okay, yeah, and then this result will not be printed here. This result we have to print here only because we are not returning anything. That's why we have set here as int. Okay, and if you try to run it, okay, and the sum is 15, you can see already, correct? That's how actually functions actually used to work. Okay, I hope you it is clear, like a function declaration, what exactly function definition and function calling, each and everything, it is clear. Okay, we will talk about other problems as well, don't worry. So then we will get a clear picture actually what exactly is things are. Okay, let's go a little bit more deep. So now the key advantages, code organization. Now why the code organization I am talking about? Because for example, if in this operation any kind of error comes, we will directly check into these blocks only, this block only. The entire code we will ignore, the entire thing we will ignore. We will check only these few lines. We do not need to go to the entire program. Okay, that is the first advantage. And the second advantage is code reusability. Now for example, here for example in the main function I have to add some more numbers. Okay, I do not need to write that logic obviously for here adding like one line, but for example if you want to print any multiplication table or any other stuffs, then what will you do? You want to check for each number, like for example there are a lot of numbers, for each number either they are prime or not. So for and all the things you are going to write all these things, correct? So that's why functions you create, you call them, you get the work done. It's like an assistant. Okay, it's like an assistant, it will give you the result. You have to write the logic, you have to train the assistant. That's why the models are there, right? This AI models these days, what exactly these models are doing, it is helping out to get the work done, right? You are training the models using the data, right? That's how the thing is. Here the functions, you are not training it, you are writing the logic there. You are telling the agent that this is the logic you have to follow, and it is following the logic and it is getting the work done, and it is returning the result to you. That's it. That's the main thing. Okay, so this is how actually functions work. In the next video we are going to talk about some other stuffs, like how actually these are, and how we can like write more and more. We will write a lot of codes using function, don't worry. So some examples also we are going to see, and I will give you some assignments after that, so you can easily check it out. Okay, actually these days I'm designing a sheet also on C programming, so that you can solve a lot of problems and many other things. Google Sheet will be there. I will show you in the next video for sure. Okay, so if you really like the video, please hit the like button, and let me know in the comment section if you need anything else. Okay, and by the way, we are using Gemini. Okay, I'm not promoting anything. I have the pro subscription, so that's why I'm using it, and it is very easier as a teacher also to make you understand. Like I do not need to make notes and all, so everything is there. Okay, I can use Google as well, so that's why I'm using all these things. Okay, you also can, you want to learn anything new, you can use all these things. Okay, you can use AI, so that's a very good practice actually. You should actually use these days actually. Okay, so yeah, that's a wrap for this video. See you in the next video.